everyone. I'm Monique Alvarez, the CEO of Alma Publishing, and I'm super excited to be with KaKi Lee today. Hi, KaKi. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks, Monique. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, KaKi is, I love all the things that you do, KaKi. So you are a multi-passionate entrepreneur. You're the founder and creator of the Abundant Goddess Academy, where you teach women how to trade on the stock market, yes, on the US stock market in less than 30 minutes a week, which I love. And you bring the feminine flow and intuition into all of that. You're also the host of the Awaken Feminine podcast. And you've taken your passion for all of this into starting your own publishing house, the KaKi Publishing House. And you just recently announced your collaboration book, which is Badass Asian Women, Defying the Expectations of Family, Society, and Culture. I love it. So yeah, super, super exciting. So tell me, why do you feel like now is the time for a book like Badass Asian Women?
Yeah, well, I announced this book before Michelle Yeoh got her Oscar the other night, but I can't get my words out because it's like 6:30 in the morning, but and just watching her acceptance speech the day before, I was crying, and it made me realize how important it is now. Now is the time to really raise the consciousness of the Asian women community. We basically, there's lots of different Asians, right? Asia's a big continent, but there's this underlying theme, I think, throughout all the different countries in the Asian community, is that we are taught to be submissive. We are taught to not use our voice. We are taught to just, dim our light and play small and just get on with life and just follow what everyone else is doing. But this is no longer acceptable. And so now really is the time that we need to use our voices, whether it's, talking or writing. And I think writing is a lot more powerful than actually speaking on podcasts. Like having a speech is different, but anyway, that's another story. But it's just now is the time to just get our stories out and give permission slips to all the other Asian sisters who are going, I can't do what they're doing, because anyone can do what we're doing or Michelle Yeoh is doing. That does take effort. It does take all the things, but you can do it. It's just knowing that there are other people like you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think having examples of it is so important. Yeah. Definitely. So how did this title come about? How did you get here with this book?
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know me, I tend to follow whatever messages, whatever you want, ideas that come through. And this particular book title actually came through as I was preparing for my previous book, The Awakened Feminine. And I was like, I don't have time for this. And just kind of kept pushing it away. And it just kept coming, Badass Asian Women, Badass Asian Women. So I kind of stopped and paused. And I was actually doing all the things to try and get a no, because I was like, I'm not ready to do this. I was like doing my pendulum, I was pulling cards, I was muscle testing, whatever, I could do to get a no for an answer. But I kept getting yeses. And this went on for a few months. And I went, all right, now is the time. Now is the time to do it. So that's how it came about. Nothing like special, but now that I said yes to it, like the passion and the drive for me to bring this, into physical form is so strong. Yeah. And then seeing Michelle Yeoh get the Oscar kind of like ignited that fuel, like put that fuel on the fire even more.
Yes. There's always these things that come along just to confirm it and say, yes, stay on the path. You're doing the right thing. So, who are you really looking for this book? What are their qualifications? What do you want?
I think there's no set qualifications for this book, because what I envision this to be is for people to find people like them. It doesn't have to be coaches and healers or businesswomen. It could be, you know, there's actually this lady that I met recently. She's a stand-up comedian, you know, and it could be someone in the community, like raising awareness for something. It's the people who actually did something different to what they were told to do. And it doesn't necessarily have to be business owners, but they're like, well, to raise the awareness for other people, it's time for them to step up and share their story.
Yes. You said someone who did something other than what they were told to do. Yeah. So,
Yes.
as an Asian woman, would you say that there's a clear path that's charted for you that is expected of you from the time that you were born?
I don't want to stereotype, but
Come
but
on.
the truth of the matter is that and I guess it depends on where you are in Asia. So for me, I was born in Hong Kong. So I guess, like, in terms of Asian countries, we are probably one of the more privileged ones, you know, like, so our chart, our course is to really become the professionals. So lawyer, doctor, engineer, accountant, pharmacist. Those were like the main professions that, you know, your parents will be proud. If you are a doctor, you got the cream of the crop, right? Because, you know,
That's the best.
doctors and lawyers are the cream of the crop. But the other three professions, I made it to pharmacist, are still acceptable. They're still, like, you know, make your parents proud kind of professions. And I guess, like, for I was speaking to a lady from, you know, Cambodia the other day, and, you know, there's a difference because they had all the war and, you know, fleeing from their country, all those things, and their parents just want them to kind of blend in and just make money. All you need to do is find something that makes money. And I mean, I guess with Hong Kong, like, and with where I grew up, is also, you just need to make money, but you also need that respectable profession.
Yes. A good title and
Yes.
good money.
Yeah. And making your parents proud. That is the most important thing.
Okay, so I was going to circle back to this. So, what happens if you fail to make your parents proud? What does that look like and feel like?
Your parents your parents get annoyed at you or get frustrated, and they will, I mean, I'm talking from my my experience. They really, I think, try and drill at home that you're not making them proud. They will make it known that you are not this, you know, the child that is the star, the one that's, you know, making them look good. And there's because I grew up with a lot of comparison, and it's not just me. I see you know, my friends' parents as well. There is a lot of comparison. So and so's daughter is doing this, or so and so's son just bought them a brand new BMW. You know, it's like that, and you kind of go, well, sorry.
Yeah, so really it's a matter of needing to make them look good. Like, yes, you did a good job. Your child turned out to be a doctor. So that means that the parents did a good job. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. And if you give them the material stuff, it's even better.
Yes. It's the outward trappings that they did a good job. Yeah. And I can see how this creates a loop, because then there's so much reward for following what your parents want. Would you say that that is what led you most? Like, did it take time for you to be able to figure out your own desires and the path that you wanted to take for yourself? Or how did you battle those out?
I followed the path. So I started off following the path. I was a good girl. I was a nice girl. I did everything that my parents wanted me to do. And they didn't know any better, right? And because I think especially for women or Asian people, men as well, around my age, their parents would have been post World War II babies. So they lived in poverty, they went through all the things. So it's very, for them, that's why it's so important for us to get a good job and make money, because of what they had to go through. So I just want to put that out there and not like make the parents look really bad. But I did follow what my parents wanted because I didn't know any better until I did.
Yeah.
And when I stepped out of what the role my parents were expecting me to play, and I have played all those years, it was like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you not the pharmacist? Why did you leave your respectable profession that gives you like a regular paycheck to do all the stuff we don't understand that you're doing? And it doesn't sit right with them. And it took them quite a while to kind of just go, okay, she's not going to be a pharmacist anymore.
Yeah, that's out the window. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it takes so much courage to follow your own path, no matter what. It really does. Yes. And that's what you're doing. And now you're inviting others who said yes to themselves to come together and share their story. Yeah. So let's talk about some of the specifics, logistics, timelines, deadlines. When are you wanting to pull this together? When do people need to raise their hand and say yes?
Yeah. Well, KaKi's timeline is always a lot faster, and I'm still putting it out there. So I wanted everyone, like having all the women in by end of March, and have it published by end of May. But I think probably I'll have everyone in by end of April and then have it published in June. But I'm still putting it out there. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you and I, we like to move fast. Not everyone can get up to
tomorrow.
not everyone can travel at warp speed with us, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then if somebody is interested, or they hear you speaking and they know they have a friend to contact, what is the next step? What do you want people to do if they're interested in this?
Yeah, if you're a badass Asian woman and you want to find out more about the book, then book a call with me. I'll give you the link to book the call. I'm someone that likes to feel the energy of the person, because I do want to have right people in this book. If you know a badass Asian woman and you're not one yourself, then please connect us through Messenger is the best way. If you do connect us on email, please send me a message, because I don't really check my emails. So Messenger would be the best way to connect us, and I would be so grateful. And that would be amazing.
Beautiful. KaKi, I'm so glad that you said yes to this and that you're leading the way. It's like what you started with. Without role models, without examples, what can change, right? What can evolve? So you're stepping out and you're leading the way. I want to encourage everyone who has a referral or introduction for KaKi to reach out, friend request her on Facebook, send her a message. I cannot wait for this. And by the way, if you haven't seen the cover, it's really awesome too. So it's going to be quite not only a book, but I think a community that can really come together. And I'm sure there's going to be tons of collaborations and sparks that fly from that. Thank you so much, KaKi, for joining me today and for taking on this project.
Thank you so much, Monique, for doing this. And thank you.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep being a badass, following your heart, and make sure you connect with KaKi. All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.